Today is the 4th of July, and it celebrates the American independence from other nations. But we founded this country by stealing it from other nations, the Native Americans. They were here way before we were. So it has a sort of a relevance to being vegan, because non-vegans steal their life from animals who were here living naturally, but now we raise them and rape them and do all kinds of horrible things to them. And we'll never truly have freedom until we free ourselves from that independence on other living beings. We have to live free. And we're not living free. We're not following the will of God. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And we don't even recognize it. Churches talk about salvation and they use that verse, and yet they're still living on the suffering remains of animals. They're not being free. They're not living in the heavenly will of God. They're still sinning against the heavenly will of God. But we're getting closer and closer to this tipping point where there'll be enough vegans in this world that it's going to change the world. And one of the things that help us see this is we see more and more people fighting against it. We used to be just those silly people, they weren't Christian, they weren't doing this. Now we're seeing anger, and people getting angry because they see it as a threat against their evil way of life. And I'm saying evil, and people don't recognize it. But the evil is that they don't have any empathy for other life. And that's the problem. And when people begin to think about the suffering of others and begin to feel it, they have to do something to change it. And that is when vegan is going to become the commonplace. That's when veganism tips the status quo and people begin to become vegan because they know it's the right thing to do. And it's going to help the environment. It's going to change a bunch of things that we have because we're not living the way God originally wanted us to live. He wanted us to be vegans. He wanted us to live with the animals as our companions, just like they were in Eden. Amen.